That is 16 reps. This is, as you go further, still gonna be more demanding. So we got one more set. Rep range is 5 to 12. Remember, you can do this from home. If you don't got a weight, use a dumbbell. Or then if you don't have dumbbells, use a water bottle. If you don't have a water bottle, you can try doing it with an accessory at home. Lift or something. I'm gonna keep going at this. One more set. Now that is 15 reps. Well, pardon about that. It seems we had an issue with the phone support. Okay, it's dropping. There is a rather. Hello, Sunny. So yeah, I have an issue with the support. The camera support is wobbly right now, and it's windy. The wind that we have, the camera keeps dropping. So I'm gonna find a way to adjust it, place it so that it can be more stable. Sonny Whitman, thank you for the support. Thank you dearly for that. Oh, Sonny just commented. Finding the way to put up the camera so the wind can be less disturbing. As of now, I will have to drop the camera low. This is the solution that I have. We're gonna have to bring up the camera at the lower end. Now, we're gonna move on to the next body part. We're gonna work on the back. So, we're gonna start with the upper back. We're gonna do some rows. Then we're gonna go on the lower back. We're gonna do rows again, one arm, and then reverse grip, still some rows. Now the incline rows is gonna focus on the upper back. You can grab a pair of dumbbells and you roll the weight to your chest. Really squeeze at the top to get your back. Squeeze it and recruit the muscles. So I don't know how to read your name. I have no idea how to read your name. Christian Hannah, you're not the only Osam said you're not the only viewer responding to Sonny. Yes, but Sonny was the first a few minutes ago. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Remember, the goal of the live is to invite every single one. Take a few minutes in your day, train, do a little something. take care of yourself. Really take care of yourself. I have no idea what is going on in this life, but there's a lot of arguments going on which are not related to the topic. So it would not be worth it that I respond to this. So I'm going to let you all argue in the comment about whatever you are arguing about. However, if you have any comments about the life, some realistic comments and question about the life, the training, as this is about training, you're welcome to drop them. Ideal on my most recent post, I will take them to respond. In the meantime, we're going to get back to the training. So, incline rows for the upper back, minimum 5 reps, maximum 44. This is 2 lines, so I'm going to get something heavy. Am I visible there? Good. First set, when you're starting, you got more strength, so you can go heavier on those. So that's what I'm exactly doing. And as you drop strength, as you move on, the strength drops, you might want to drop the weight. So that's what we're going to do after that. I'm going to catch my breath, then we're going to move on to the next one. If you got any question, just let me know. Well, yeah, that is a valid point that you make there, Sonny. Indeed, some stuff are not what being said. However, you cannot control what people say, and you cannot really control what people say. No. However, you can decide how you react, mainly how you react. That is why you might observe my reaction to be like this. That is why I'm going to say it clearly. It's not related to the topic. I am not going to put any restriction. I avoid blocking or anything. You can say whatever you want to say. It's a public platform. So when I get up on this, I am publicly outside. What I am doing is no more private. It's now public because I went on a public interface. So I will not be saying stuff in a way without expecting something to come back. Logically, something's going to come back. They will be good, they will be bad, depending on what is your goal. Still, you're on a public platform, so that is to be expected. If you want to keep something private, you keep it private. But when you get on a public interface, like on social media, and you do something, you put it out there, it's no more private business, it's public, and anybody can get involved, I understand. However, you can decide how you interact, how you respond. I prefer to respond really calmly. That is a way of life that keeps my mind really calm and keeps a lot of stuff away from me. So, Sonny, still I want to say thank you for the beautiful remark. Those are welcome and heartfelt. And Taro Teriyaki. Well, I wouldn't call myself clever, but thank you for the beautiful remark too. Now then, we're going to go on another set. 5 rep range, 5 to 24. Quite demanding. Now again, remember, with this, you will be able to target the upper part of your back, which is right here. Mainly that part. There's the traps, there's a little bit of your rail there. But when you bring it in close and you roll it to your chest, it's really going to focus more on the upper part, middle part of the trap. You can see how it looks. So, great exercise if you want to build that. And from home, you can do this with a pair of weights. If you don't have a pair of weights, grab some water bottles and try it. Or just grab a furniture. Oh, I have a. Hold on, Sonny. I am getting closer to read your comment. I am currently reading your comment, so I can respond. Just give me a moment. Gios Homie, hello there, Gios Homie. I am currently reading a comment from Sonny so that I can respond. Hi there, Giomi. So Sonny said, I don't know if I can read out loud what you said, but I am reading it, so I just. Sonny, thank you dearly. Thank you. You know, not everybody is gonna be. I understand what you mean, yes. It can be triggering when there is something, a reaction or a comment that is rude without justification. Because sometimes there's a reaction that is rude, but there's justification. But yes, in cases like those, where there is no justification or no reason valid behind it, it can be quite harming and not welcome. And that can be hateful, yes. However, if I may, I would say, Sonny, you've been sending nothing but positive in this comments. And for real, this is not a granted. Not everyone is like that. When you meet someone trying, I believe everyone has good and bad in them. And the good you have, you either decide you want to keep working on that. There's going to be ups and downs in life, and you just try to keep doing the good that you want if you decide to walk that path. And what you're doing right here, you're trying to walk a path like that from what I can see. So I would say keep striving for what you want first, because I do not know exactly what you want, so I cannot permit myself to give a deep advice without knowing first what is your goal. But with what you said, I could say a good thing that you could try is really try to process stuff in you before you speak it out more. Like when you see a reaction that you don't like, have your reaction in your own mind before, because not reacting at time will just give you time to process it more. So yeah, it can be quite tough when people react in a not very good manner. But yes, try to take the time when someone reacts in a very not well manner towards you. You could take even 2 seconds. Process the reaction in your own head, and then you say it. And then you think. And then you say what you want to say next. It's gonna help out. That is something that I have done, that I have tried. And it worked for me. You have a very tough situation. Toto Teriyaki, no, I am not a swimmer. I am an athlete. What I do is sprinting combined with some boxing. So yes, I wouldn't say I can fight, but I would say I can do something. I can run, I can do something in terms of fight, yes. But I wouldn't call myself a fighter or a sprinter. I am not a professional in any of those domains, but I have done those competitively. Oh. Jokes homie. Hello Jokes homie. Hey, thank you very much. The physique does look remarkable after a lot of eating and training. Thank you for the beautiful remark. Well, you're welcome to subscribe, but most importantly, may the content bring you value that can help you in your goals. And the page is mainly about tips to help you build your physique, lose some fat, and also I give advice about stuff that I've gone through and advice that could help out anyone in the situation that I have been, while I keep learning and growing as a person, and I share the journey that I have and I learn from others. It's an exchange. So you're welcome to join me. Funny, you had a really difficult situation. How are you? How are you doing, son? Are you okay? Although that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. Pardon, I have to keep working out and explaining the live. I will hit another set and I'll be back in the comments. This is getting more and more demanded as I move forward. Oh, it is 12. Is it 12 p.m.? What kind of coffee? I don't drink coffee, but I take a lot of water. Hello, Reaper Edit. When you say you're gonna lock in, what does that mean? Is it a term to mean focus? Like you're gonna focus? Is that what it means? When you strongly focus on the goal. Hey, Sonny, what kind of coffee did you have? I've never had coffee. Well, I don't drink much coffee, but I've heard stuff like it can really keep you awake. You know, Tata, I don't know how to respond to you. I've never tried that. What you mentioned, I've never tried that. So, it's not something that I would try. But I can say, okay, that is not something I would try. With milk, that is particular. Oh, and yeah, we're gonna move on to the next exercise. It's gonna be rows. This is gonna target the lower part of your back, the lats right here. So we're gonna grab a dumbbell, one arm at a time. You're gonna do the rows. You get that right here, right now. Rep range, 5 to 24. Switch side, same thing. Holy moly. That is 15 reps. Hello Al. We are definitely on an upper body part right now. And as you can see, Al, I am breathing considerably harder than from when we started. Reaper Edit. Message retracted. Okay, I do not know what you removed. Flexing the gain arms. So, Toro Teriyaki, I will not divulge that information as you've been really quite generic in your comments. So I will keep some information to myself. Reaper Edit. You know, Reaper Edit, about what you just said, right? That you would like to get things together. The first step to doing that is to acknowledging the situation you are currently in. And you just did. So I would say you're on a good path to doing that. The first thing is to first acknowledge where you are. Now the second thing, if I may, of course, tell you an advice, knowing where you want to be. I can give some advice from my perspective. You take it, you filter the good, the bad, you decide how you're going to take it. The second thing, after you acknowledge where you are, the second thing would be to decide what you want to do about it. And you've done that already. You decided that you want to fix that. Well, you cannot fix it, it's not broken. You want to change it. That would be a better word. You want to change it. Now, once you know you want to change that, you're going to have to find out what is the closest thing you can do, and you start trying to do that. The closest, not the furthest, the easiest next step that you could do, and then you try to do that. Then you try. So, Sonny. Sonny, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Sonny. That is very warm. Thank you. I don't know about that part, the rush part. I have no advice about that. I would recommend a doctor, because the cause, depending on the cause, the treatment would be different. What you can do to get rid of that would be different. I would recommend you see a doctor as soon as possible, because it could be an allergy, it could be different stuff. I cannot tell you, because I have not studied in that domain, so I cannot give advice on that, sadly. I would say don't get used to it. Try to get rid of it. Try to get used to not having it. See what I mean? See? Oh, okay. If you know where it is, okay. Reaper Edit. You're welcome. Reaper Edit. You're welcome. I did not expect you to be writing that down. You're welcome. I avoid giving advice, actually. Surprisingly, I avoid it in my everyday life. Usually I would try to just, because you cannot give advice to someone if you do not know where they're from, what they want to do, where they want to go. So first I need to know what you want to go, what you want to do, where you want to go. And you said it, so that is why I was able to at least try and give you some advice. Well, I am not Coleman, but if you want to call me Little Coleman, I would not stop you from doing that, okay? But if I could do that. So, we're gonna go on with the training. I got one more set of rows. We're gonna get into that right now. Rep range 5 to 24. Oopsie. We're gonna go again, the other side. Same thing, 12 repetitions. Holy moly, that is demanding. It's definitely demanding. That I definitely feel it. Pardon? Oh, okay. So when he said you know what it is, okay then. In that case, that is more reassuring to know. Good. It's better knowing that. If you know what it is already, that is better. Because when you don't know what something is, it can be confusing. Yeah. Reaper Edit. Another question here. Now, for more stability, for something to be stable, for a person to be stable, they need mainly balance. And the thing is, for you to be balanced, you need to work on exercise that's going to recruit you to be balanced. And it's going to depend now if it's for a sport, specifically for a certain sport that you want to balance, or just for everyday activities. However, one exercise that is really going to help you is unilateral exercises. Exercise that you do on one leg at a time, because typically you have two legs, two arms. So this is the position in which the body is most used to be in. And when you go on one leg, suddenly the weight shifts all over on one leg, the balance isn't the same coordination anymore. Parameters, the settings are no more the same. So the body is going to have to work more muscles to help you balance on that different motion, which is you remove one leg and you try, for example, to do a squat. See? But it's very different. If I go this, it's easy. But if you try to really like even use the support and just squat with one leg, it's going to be more different. So you want to do a movement like one leg movement. It could be lunges, could be jumping lunges, where you switch it up because you're switching. Could be clap push-up movement where you explode, land and explode, and also plyometrics. Plyometrics is really about the power. Try put ground control and power, but it's gonna help you with balance too. So stuff like variation. There's an example of plyometric control. Go like this. So you want to repeat fast movement. Like that is something that I've done, and it helped me tremendously with balance. That's a response to you, Lord. To you. Tato? Not Tato, pardon. That was a response to Reaper Edit. I'm gonna go grab a battery because the camera is showing that it's dropping down. Now then, we're gonna go on again to the rows of the item. All the way up, sir. Thank you for the advice, for the tips. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you're new, take it really slow, gradual. The goal is to not get injured so that you can gradually progress, because injury will slow down your progress. So take it slow, steady, better to, and keep progressing gradually. So we're gonna go on again to the next move. It's gonna be some rows with one arm, reverse grip. This is gonna help you target again your lower back. With that, we got 12 reps. Holy moly. This is quite demanding. Hello, Ali. Where do I live? I don't think it would be safe for me to give where I literally live on a public platform, so I will keep that information for myself. Sonny, you're going through a lot of stuff. But it happens. It happens. Don't overdo a lot. Do a little bit, just a little bit. Find the tiniest thing that makes you feel a little better and try doing it. Don't do a lot. The smallest you can do. If it's even just fixing up your bed, do only that first. That you could do that every day. Just only that. Some people are gonna say it's a simple process, but the thing is, as simple as that may be, if you do it consistently enough, to be able to do it consistently enough, you're gonna have to build some mental strength, consistency. Some days you're not gonna feel like doing it, which is the goal of it. You're gonna have to do it even when you don't feel like doing it, because it's something that helps you feel better. And not only that, it's something that's gonna require order, which is gonna make you feel more comfortable with building order, and it's gonna correlate with you feeling more capable of ordering yourself and sticking up to something. And then you're gonna feel like you can do a little bit more, and then you try a little bit, and you do that on a regular basis. But do not rush it. Do not rush it. I do not recommend rush stuff to anybody. I don't recommend to rush stuff. No, it's not good. Hello, Ali. Yes, it's very likely this is the first time you've watched me. I have never seen you before, so if you wish to see me again, you can hit the thumbs up. However, if you have any question, Ali, which are less demanding of divulgating some restricted information, you can drop them on the live or on my most recent posts. I take time and respond properly. Oh shit! All the way up, sir. That is a lot of progress. Going from wall push-up to full push-up, it takes a lot of time because you're gonna have to build the muscle for that. It's not easy to do, not at all. Sonny is going through some very, very tough times. Right? Not everyone has that much tough time. But it's tough. How are you hanging on, Sonny? Do you have anyone around you who can be there to enlist it physically? But I'll be right back, Sonny. I'll be right back, everyone. Just give me a moment. I'll do another set of rows. Yeah, we'll keep this going. The other side, same thing. I'm gonna need a moment to catch my breath. I'll be right back. I'm gonna move on next to the shoulders. Now for the shoulders, we're gonna start with some reverse raises, which is gonna help target your real delt. Rep range 5 to 24. Let's get this going. Okay. Here. It's getting more and more demanding. Sonny, I am reading. Although I cannot tell you that. You're right. Yeah. Let me grab a chair and sit down. There is some profound knowledge in what you just said, son. Yes, it is. Not all have a family or home. Not everyone has one. To be grateful is to be recognize what you have, appreciate it, and be thankful about it. However, sometimes it's difficult to be grateful to something if you've never had it and lost it. Sometimes it takes to lose something to recognize how you have it. But that is not the best way to go to be grateful, because if that is the only way to go, everybody will need to lose what they have to be grateful for. So what you can do that is, without losing it, is you would restrain yourself from it. So if you have family, a home, you want to see how tough it is, you want to appreciate it, you could step away from your family. I'm not saying to do this, I'm saying an example. You step away from reaching out people, you step away from communicating, and you step away from being at home quite often, you're going to feel how much void is going to be there. Or perhaps you might notice that it wasn't a void, but it was something that you needed to do. But quite often when you step away from something, you can see life without that something. You can see the value that it brought into your life. And with that, you're more capable of stepping back in it and more appreciative of it. And you're right, Tony. It's great that you can be happy with that, because happiness is something that can be complex, but I don't think it is complex. I think at times we make it complex. But it's not easy to be happy. Sometimes you need to be really strong to be grateful. Because those who are really strong can give back. It takes a really strong person. I believe that it takes strength to be grateful and to be happy. Someone who is strong knows what it's like to be weak. And quite often they will use the strength to help out someone who's weak. Quite often. Not always, but quite often. Oh, pardon everyone. We're gonna go on again on the other side of real dirt, another one. That is one more set of 12. I did not know that was a song. I never heard of it. Really, there's quite a the playlist out there. Taro, when you say to Sonny to try and find some friends, yes, that is something that could help. But what is a friend? Quite often you can call someone a friend, but before calling someone a friend, you need to be able to define friendship. What is a friend to you? And what is a friend to the person who says they're a friend to you? Because if your definition of a friend is very drastically divergent and different from what is the definition of a friend for the person you call a friend, they might not be a friend. So you need to think about it. All the way upset said your dog is the best friend. That is charming. I like dogs. Dogs are just something amazing. I am reading the comments. Sonny. True. Yes, Sonny, that is true. That is true. You should be grateful to those when you have them around. Oh, pardon. So we're gonna go again on the next set. We're still gonna focus on the rear delt. Now we're gonna do some flies. We're gonna do the fly, then go a little bit back. Rep range 5 to 24. I can barely pull the weight away from me. It's getting so much more demanding. Holy. I need to catch my breath. I'm gonna catch my breath. Then we're gonna get again into another set. Let's get this going. Rep range 5 to 12, 5 to 24. If you don't have dumbbells, you can use a pair of water bottles from home. And you do it. You're really gonna feel it. Woo! I'm getting out of breath. You're really gonna feel it on your rear delt. This part right here. Look like this. You can literally see there's a tricep, there's a rear delt. Right there. So insert just above the tricep. It's right there. That's your rear delt. So that exercise is gonna help you build that muscle. A friend, I'm gonna have to go more with Todd about it. A friend would be someone like that, but with you, not everyone, because you cannot be a friend to everyone. Perhaps there is someone on earth who can be a friend with everyone, but I have not seen, so I cannot say no one can be, but there could be people who have the capacity to do that. But yeah, a friend, it has to be mutual. They have to be there for you, and you have to be there for them. It's a mutual relation. So it's mutual. So the friendship, it goes both ways. So you have to be there for them, and they will have to be there for you. Okay, Zani? So we're gonna move on to the side delts. It's right here. For the side delt, we're gonna do the side rows, lateral raises, which is gonna help you target your side delt. I am a little bit more out of breath right now than earlier, but we're gonna keep going. Holy moly. We catch my breath. I'm gonna need to catch my breath. I'll be right back. Holy moly. This is getting more and more demanding as you progress further. Now, from home you could do this, yes. But if you do not have a pair of weights, you could use a pair of water bottles. You can find a pair of water bottle, let's say 10 ounces. Well, 10 ounces might be too much. 5 ounces. 1 liter. That's a different measure. Let's say 1 liter. Or perhaps 500 milliliters. 2 bottles, identical, same volume. As the volume converts to weight, it equals about the same. Yes. Now, 500 milliliters, you can do the same thing. It's gonna help you target the muscles, and as you grow stronger, and eventually you need some dumbbells, you have proper form, you can start checking that out. But when you're starting, no, you don't need much. So we're gonna go again. This is really gonna help you build your side out, which is gonna help you with that wider frame. This is gonna help you with that. So if that's something that you're looking for, this is gonna help you with that. That is 15 reps. I'm gonna need a moment to catch my breath again. Because we went all the way from bottom to the top. More importantly, you need to remember the goal of the life. It's to invite every single one, take a moment in your day, train, do something. Take care of yourself. Because the best person to take care of future you is current you. And for future you to be in best possible conditions, current you needs to take the decisions and the actions needed for future you to be in the best possible action. So some have work, some have family, some have a job, some have school, some have all of those combined together, or few combined together. In your process of doing all that you can to attain to your responsibilities, you cannot forget your own self, because as you do, you're going to be least capable of taking care of the responsibilities. So to be more efficient at helping around you and reaching whatever goal you have, you need to first take care of yourself. If you're not well and you're sick and you're ill, you cannot do anything for anyone around you. You might just become a burden. So really take care of yourself. You're going to be more capable. If you want to be able to stand up as you get older, walk around, play with kids, do stuff that you like, start training. Take 5 to 10 minutes, not much. Now we're gonna move on next. Still to the side delts, we're doing 4 sets. We're gonna still do some raises sideways, but we're not gonna go like this or like this. No, we're gonna stand up and then we're gonna adjust slightly and pull it up. Because when you go slightly, it's gonna engage the lower portion right here, and as you pull it up, you're gonna look for that cap. So we're gonna get into this rep range 5 to 24. We can do this from home with a water bottle. This is tough. I'm gonna need another moment to catch my breath. If you have any questions, I recommend you drop them on my most recent post, because I can take the time even after the live to respond to those properly. Because as I am doing the live, I do the exercises, I explain the exercise, I explain what they do, what they work on. So I cannot respond much to the comments quite often. I think we might get some rain. Okay, one more set. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't literally move at the end. So we're gonna move on next to, pardon, it seems I'm having an issue with the app. I'll be next to do a checkup. I do not know why I am next to do one, but let me have a look at this. Sonny, have a good night. I am just right now seeing some of the comments. Have a good night, Sonny. If ever you're looking for the page, you can always hit a comment on my post. I will take time and attend to that. I will respond to that. Have a good night, Sonny. You have some rest. So we're gonna move on to the front then. For this, we're gonna do some incline presses. The rep range is gonna go from 5 to 15 to 24. I'm gonna need a chair for this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a pair of dumbbells. Then we're gonna do presses. So sit down, then you do the presses. Now before we do the front delts, we're gonna do the chest. I'm gonna start with doing a set of chest. Incline chest press. Incline dumbbell presses. These dumbbells feel very heavy right now. They felt lighter when I started this. They definitely felt lighter. Okay. Oops. Holy. That was 14 repetitions. 14 reps. I'll take it. Now, that is gonna help you work out on your chest. When you do it incline, yes, it's gonna really focus on the upper part of your chest, but still, it's gonna include all your chest. The lower part, the chest as a whole, will grow. Now, if you cannot do this, what you can do from home is you can do push-ups, incline push-ups. Put your feet on the raised surface, you incline this way, and you do the push-ups. It's gonna help you get that chest. Now we're gonna go again for another set. Pardon. Talk X instant therapy, real talk. How do I exercise with? It's gonna depend where do you have it, but most importantly, first you're gonna need to have that checked by a doctor. However, you're gonna have to do very isometric movement, mainly isometric movement. But it's really gonna depend. For example, let's say you have one on your stomach. You want to avoid doing a lot of raises and crunches, as that may cause you to have an increase in the situation. What you mainly want to do is isometric movement. So you're just going to flex, like on a plank, you just flex, you just hold it. You just hold it. As soon as you feel like you can hold it for about 5 more seconds, you drop it. You drop it. You don't take a chance. Now, isometrics are going to help you contract the muscles, recruit the muscles without the stretching part. So you're going to be able to better flex the muscle, recruit the muscle. That mind muscle connection, you'll be able to build it up from there. But for further training than that, please really first check with a doctor. We're going to go back on the chest. If we can read, we're looking for 5 to 24 repetitions. That is 9 repetitions. So next, we're gonna move on the delts. We're gonna do some front delts. We're gonna do some incline. We're gonna do some dumbbell presses. The goal is gonna be 5 to 24 repetitions. If you're at home, you can do this. If you don't have dumbbells, you can do incline push-ups. So you're gonna raise your legs on the surface. You're gonna be low like this. And then you press. Go all the way down, press back up. It's gonna help you really target your shoulders. The reason why it seems like my tricep is being really recruited by this is just that I am leaner. But yes, it's gonna recruit some triceps, but it's really gonna focus mostly on your front delts, on your shoulders overall. So, next up, dumbbell presses. got 9 repetitions. We're gonna move on next to the triceps. Now for the triceps, we're gonna do some overhead extensions with the dumbbells. Style fixed jewelry. Now, if your goal is to get your tummy, is really to get your tummy more flat without losing weight all over the place, there's gonna be 2 things that you need to do. If you don't want to lose the weight all over the place, it means you want to keep the weight on certain places. Now, the thing is that the way the body fat works is you cannot specifically target where you lose the fat. So if you want to, for example, keep your shoulders, I am guessing jewelry, perhaps it's your quads that you want to keep the size, or your glutes you want to keep the size, and then get a flat tummy. If that is the case, you can say yes or no in the comments. Now, you can lose the fat all over your body. So when you lose fat, you're not going to lose it on one specific zone. Sadly, no. You're going to lose it all over the place. However, Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. So yeah, however, as you lose the fat, right? When you lose the fat, you're going to lose it all over. You're going to lose it on your arms, on your glutes, on your legs. You're going to lose the fat all over the place. Now, there's a good thing to it. As you lose the fat all over the place, you're going to lose it too on your tummy, which is a good thing, which is the goal. But there's an issue, is that you want to keep it on some part. You want to keep the size on some parts. Now, the part where you want to keep the fat, the size, you're going to lose the fat there. But the thing is, the good thing, the really good thing is, you can build the muscle there, which is really amazing. So let's say, for example, you want a flat tummy, but you want to keep your thighs and your glutes. What you're going to do is that you're going to exercise in a way that you lose fat. You're going to lose fat all over the place, but you're going to train specifically more the zones of your leg muscles and your glutes. So that as you build the muscles around your glutes and your legs, your thighs, you will be able to keep some muscle mass on your glutes, your quads, or you're losing the fat all over the place. And that is how you will be able to get a flat tummy and keep the height, and keep the mass on the other places that interest you. Does that respond properly to your question? Exactly. Oh, you would definitely build glutes. If you have a look at me, my goal isn't even to build glutes right now. I had to build glute at some point because it helps you. But yeah, as you can see, I did a training specifically for this, and I was able to keep my quads, my glutes. I don't train much glute because I don't want a glute bigger than this, but this is good enough for my structure. This is good. Yes, Jenny, you will definitely be able to build your glute. Yeah, I don't want any more glutes than this. For my level, this is enough. No more. If you have further questions, Jenny, you can send me a message or put on my most recent post. I will take time and respond to you. But you're definitely going to build some glutes, get that flat for me. So, we're going to go on to the next exercise. We're going to be targeting the triceps. Yeah, I'm laughing a lot right now. It's Jenny who's making me laugh. So for the next part, for the triceps, we're going to do some tricep extension overhead. You're going to grab a dumbbell. If you are doing this from home and you don't have a dumbbell, you can use a water bottle. If you do not want to use a water bottle, you can do some close hand push-ups. Get your hands really close. Go down and you push. You extend your feet. Now the less strength you have, the higher you're going to go. But if you're capable, keep your hands close, go down, and you push back up. it's really gonna target your triceps. If you want to lose fat around your arm, you're gonna need to lose the fat all over the place, and this exercise will help you build the muscle. So while you're building the muscle, you're losing the fat. It's gonna get more tightened up. That zone will get more tightened up, which is a trick. It's a very good trick. When you know how the body works, you can do a lot. You want to lose weight in a specific spot, you cannot, but you can build it while you're losing. That's a good thing. It's really amazing. You can lose here while you're building there. You can build there while you're losing. So we're gonna get the dumbbells. Let me adjust my chair, and we get this going. That is 17 reps. Holy moly. So I'm gonna catch my breath. Then we're gonna get another set. It's actually getting pretty dark where I am right now. So we might need to grab some lights. You're gonna need some consistency, Jenny. Yes. That there is no walking around her. There is no tricks to it. You will have to be consistent. There's no trick, but there's a few tips we can help you be consistent. And something that's really going to help you, this is practical advice. Do the minimum you can. Do the minimum. Don't do the maximum changes you can. Do the bare minimum. If you're not training and you want to start training, you can start with 1 day per week. That is going to be plenty enough. Because you'll be going from no training to some training. As little as that might seem to you, it would be enough for your body to say, hey, there's a change. What is this? Why do I have a change? What is going on? And what is the response to the change? Adjustment. The body doesn't like change. It likes being comfortable. So when you push it and you do something that makes it uncomfortable, it wants to be comfortable. Now, for it to be comfortable, it's going to have to build the resources needed for that. When that situation comes back, it's comfortable. And training is going to break you down. It's going to break you down. There is no walking around it. If you want to build something with the bodies, very often, you have to break it down. Now, when you break it down, you train, you fail, you break down the muscle safely, the body's going to say, I don't want to break it down anymore. It's going to repair itself, but it's not going to want to repair itself in a way that next time it gets broken down by the same thing. The body is very smart, which is it's just amazing engineering. So because it doesn't want to break down by the same thing the next time, it's going to build up just a little bit more than what is needed to protect itself from that thing. So the next time when you do it, the body's going to say, hey, I've been here, done it, I can handle this. And one of the consequences of the build-up is going to be muscle mass. So, for example, your glute, as you train it and you reach at a point where you cannot do the exercise, you break down, that is going to cause the body to get the signal that it needs to grow. And how it's going to grow? It's going to build some muscle. That is one of the consequences. It's not the only one, but that is the main goal. You're going to build the muscle, and when it builds up, you can then progress and keep repeating the process. But you don't need to start killing yourself. No, you start with the bare minimum. You do 1 day per week, your body is still going to know there is a change, I need to adjust. So that is a really good tip for being consistent, Jenny. If you could pardon me, everyone, I will need to get closer to the camera to respond. I don't know why I have a hat right now. No, you will not. You will not get that much. Not from a start. The good thing is that it happens very slowly and gradually. It can be really fast, yes, but it really happens gradually, which is an amazing thing. Every time you train, a few moments after, it could be weeks, you would see the body adjust, and as it adjusts, you will be able to see the changes visually on you, see the results, and if ever you get to a point where what you see, you're satisfied with it, you want to stick to it, you keep the training pretty much around the same level, well, you will still have to do some changes from time to other on the training, even to maintain what you have. But once you're there, you will start doing the adjustment to vary the exercises, vary the weights, vary the training frequency, so that you don't go above that. Or check the meals too, but you will be able to maintain yourself there, which is the amazing part. You will not be able to overboard because every time you will be able to see yourself change, and you will be able to get to a point where this is enough. For example, me, I could see my glutes, I could see my chest. I was like, yeah, this is enough. So I'm gonna start adjusting so this doesn't outgrow everything else. Hey Al, hello Al. Al is getting pretty dark out here, so I'm gonna have to go and get some lights so that we can keep going. Okay, you're going to the gym quite often, Jenny. Good. This is good too. You really need to rest too. You're gonna need to rest. Jenny, you send me a lot of stuff. You send me a rose, another rose. Hey, you sent me a hat and a mustache. Oh, that is why I had this. Jenny, hold on, let me put this so that you can see me clearly, very clearly. I want to say thank you to everyone watching and to Jenny who's sending me the gifts. I did not expect that. That is not something that I've ever asked. If you all joined the live, you will know. Regardless that I asked or not, Jenny took her time. She went in her way. She sent this, and I want to show appreciation. And I am grateful to you for taking the time and sending this my way. This is heartfelt that someone is being rich and finding the information useful. So Jennifer, thank you very much for this. I hope you heard me. Right now it's 8:20 p.m. around here. Hey Gyox, you're back. What were you eating? Thank you very much, Jenny. I can always give you more advice without any gifts. On my post, you just drop a comment, I will get you the advice. No need for flowers. You can drop it in my post, I will respond to you. For those who doesn't know, Jenny is someone I follow. She has a really great page. I like the content and I follow her too. So in case you're interested in jewelry, you might want to check her out. She's in the comments right now. Yes, so everyone, please pardon, give me a moment, about 2 minutes. I'm gonna grab a pair of light so that I can be more clearly visible. But we're gonna do more and more set before. So for the triceps, tricep extensions. You grab a dumbbell and then you push. That is 15 reps. The rep range is 5 to 24. That is 15. So we're gonna do another set. Give me a moment. I'll be right back with the lights. right here, I'm just setting up the leg. Splendid. It seems it is considerably more brighter. So, Joe X homie, you had some chicken, some rice, and you're trying to cut. Well, bon appetit. A little bit late on that, but bon appetit. Gonna go again, one more set for the triceps. I'm definitely cooked when it comes to triceps. Yeah, I am not even able to hit more 10 reps anymore. So we're gonna cut it at that for that. Now we're gonna move on next to the biceps. For the bicep, we're gonna do two exercises. There's gonna be regular curls and hammer curls. So regular curls, you grab the weight this way. The hammer curls, you're gonna twist it. Now the regular curls, they're gonna help you target mainly this part of your biceps. And the hammer curls are going to help you target mainly this part, which is in between your triceps and the other end of your bicep. If I come in closer and go like this, it's right there. This motion. So, rep range 2 to 24, minimum 2 reps per hour. And that is one set. For this, we're going to do just one set because I am barely able to hit 4 reps. So that is an indicator that I lack the strength to go beyond. And so I am really working mainly in the strength domain right now. And when you're training for strength, it's quite more demanding than training for hypertrophy. Both are demanding, but yes. But the risk injury when you're training for strength with heavier weights is higher than when you train with a lighter weight. So, relatively to my strength, this weight is high. So, to be safe, to avoid injury, we're going to keep it at 1 rep, 1 set, give the bare minimum needed to grow. And once I can hit more repetition with this, I will be in a safer zone to be able to train more reps to still get the growth needed, and from there I might up the weight. But you could also do more reps with this. It all depends on your goal. My goal is not just strength specific, but it's also longevity, being able to hold that health and strength on the long run as you get older. You know, if you want to have kids, if you want to have a family, you want to be able to go out with your kid, pick up your kids, do stuff that you like. You're gonna have to train smart so you can hold on for the long run. With that being said, we're moving on to the next body part. This body, we're doing the hammer curls. Go like this. Nope. Twist it. Hammer goes. As you can see, same thing happened. So we are not in the strength zone where we can be playing around with this one. That's a 50 lat. Oh yeah, we're gonna take the same approach and give it time to grow, build the muscle, build the strength needed to hit more weights, more reps in a safer zone. Holy moly, I am a little bit more out of breath. So, Frederick. Hey, that is really good. That is working. Splendid stuff. How was the cut going? Why are you cutting? What is the goal with your cut, Frederick? Because Frederick said he's doing a cut. I particularly do not cut. I do not build and cut. I just build up, gradually build up. I have done some cuts at some point, yes, for competitions, track and field competitions, boxing competition, yes, I do fight. But I'm not looking for trouble. No. I am doing this. I am explaining the reason why. Now the cut process is not drastic for me because I am at a weight quite similar to my competition weight all year round, and I build muscle over it gradually. So I don't bulk up, get a lot more muscle mass and some body fat because your heart is gonna work a lot harder to push the blood to all of this. That being said, we're gonna go on to the next body part. We're gonna be working on the forearms. So it's gonna be mainly two movements. One is gonna target this inner part of the forearms, and the second one is gonna target really mainly this part, right here. We're gonna start with some curls, holding the weight like this, and you're gonna curl just at about 80 to 90 degrees. No more than that, you will not be needed. Just right here, maximum here. That will be plenty enough. Rep range 5 to 24. If you're at home, you want to train with this, you can use a water bottle. That is 24 reps. Hey, I'm pretty happy with this one. We got 24 reps on one exercise. Now remember the goal of the life. The main goal of this life is to invite every single one to come on in your day, 5 to 10 minute exercise. Take care of yourself. Life gets busy. You have work, you got school, you got studies. Sometimes you got other things. But you really need to take care of yourself first. The best person to take care of future you is current you. The best way for future you to be in the best possible condition is if current you does the best possible to put future you in the best possible conditions. It's easier said than done, yes. However, I have been pushing more and more content from home with dumbbells because it's a little bit easier to be done. Because if you're at home, you can get a pair of dumbbells, you can do a lot of this. You don't feel like you have to go all the way to the gym. If you enjoy going to the gym, you can definitely do it. I will still push videos about those. And also, even if you're at the gym, you can do these same exercises. So if you cannot go to the gym, you want to gain in time, you can buy the dumbbells, do it from home. If you enjoy going to the gym, you can still do it with the dumbbells. If you want to use other machine at the gym, there's still that option. Experiment. But the goal of the live and the channel is to really give out advice and tips to help you get yourself in shape. We're gonna go again for another set. Rep range 5 to 24. That is 24 reps. Hold on a moment. Let me bring up the camera on this one. So earlier it was windy. We couldn't keep the camera at a higher angle because the camera support tool kept wibbling. It was wibbling all over the place, and we had some issue with that. However, the wind is more calm. The tool has been a little bit more readjusted. I will check that out to get a more permanent fix, something more solid even when windy. But in the meantime, it's less windy and we can use it. So remember, really take care of yourself. Do what you can. Life gets busy, right? Yes. So it's best to lead out by example, which is what I am doing. And I will help you out as I can. That is what I am doing with this page. So we keep going. Rep range 5 to 24. Yep. Yep. That is 15 reps. Pretty happy with this. I see we got it coming. Let me check. Shit done harder. If I could do a one-arm push-up, maybe I could. But right now, after what I have done till now, the training we've done, I would just be putting myself at a very high risk of injury. So we're not gonna do that today. We could do that another day. My proposition to you, Chet, is that you subscribe, you comment, and you can tag me so that one day we can get this along. You can get on the live with me, and we do the pull-ups, the push-up challenge. You can always unsubscribe after this if you're not interested in the content. But if you just want to do the push-ups, one-arm push-ups, you could find a day and do this. But right now, I cannot do that. I might break something. We're not gonna risk it. So, moving on to the training. Rep range 5 to 24. It doesn't even go up anymore. I am dead. So that was it for the first part of the forearm, really focusing on this inner part. Next, we're gonna go on the next exercise. We're gonna rotate, still gonna use a weight, and then we're gonna reverse curl. Same thing. You don't wanna go anything above 80 degrees, above 90 degrees. 80, 80 to 90 degree max. That is gonna do it. That is plenty enough. We're gonna stick to that. Rep range 5 to 24. Can you do this with a water bottle from? Take it out. Got something on my back. That is my bandana. That is 24 reps. Whew. I'm gonna bring out my chair, then I'll sit down. I definitely cannot do a 1 hour push-up right now. Hey, hello Al. Nice seeing you again. Bicep strength workout. Yes, currently we are on the bicep. We are now working on the biceps, but no, we're not working on biceps actually. We're working on the forearms right now. We've done the bicep a little bit earlier. Gonna keep going. Rep range 5 to 24. From home, you can do this with a water bottle. That is 19 reps. Oh, it's getting a little bit ready. Gonna go again. Okay, we got one more set and we should be done with the forearms. We should be done with the forearms and we're gonna move on to the next part of the training. Yeah, that's it. We are definitely done with the forearms. So what we're gonna do next is that we're gonna wrap up the weights. So we're gonna be wrapping up the weights. If you all just saw that, the camera just dropped. Yes, the camera literally just dropped. It's getting windy again. I am going to have to move in a different room. So if you would excuse me, everyone. I will have to reload the live. However, I would like to take a moment and see, before we go on the next part of the live, because I do a few at times, Yes, it is rainy right now. It is rainy. I think it's so. I want to say thank you all for reaching out to the live today. I'm gonna have to be ending this live. We're gonna relocate. Then we're gonna be dropping another live where we're gonna be doing some core exercises for your abs. If you want a flat tummy, this can help you out, but it's really gonna help you out building the muscle because the more muscle you have, the less fat you're gonna need to lose for the muscle to be visible. Because the fat is, you got the fat on the muscle mass. Now, the more muscle there is, the less you're gonna need to reduce. That being said, thank you every single one for joining the live today. Well, thank you every single one for joining this first live of today. I'll see you all in the second part. We got a question. Where are you at? Currently, I am outside. I am in Canada. Canada is the city where it's the country. I am in Canada. I don't know if that's precise enough. Is that precise enough for you, Jenny? The answer, or you will need more further details when you say where I am. You mean like, am I outside? I am outside in an alley. It's really an alley behind the hall of the apartments. But I'm able to do this straight. Is that an answer clear enough? Alright then. So with that being said, everyone, I will be logging out and I will be re-logging back in to continue the live where we will be doing the core training. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for joining.